Now, I've talked before about the fact that with more and more people buying RVs, there's going to be an impact. Well, it's time. It's here. We have overcrowded campsites and double bookings. That's just the tip of the iceberg. There's lots more. Let's talk about it. What's up, blind viewers? How's everybody doing? That's right. You've heard me say it before. With everybody, I mean record sales, consecutive years in a row in RVs, everybody jumping on this RV bandwagon. I said it's going to cause problems. Well, since I sit here in the sticks and bricks, no one believes me because, oh, you're not out there, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, I follow the industry enough that I think I know. Well, here, let me just tell you. So we have more and more people buying RVs. The RV industry can't keep up. Then the pandemic hit. Now they have shortages of supplies, so build times are down. But that doesn't negate the fact that more people are out there doing the RV thing. Whether it be full-time, part-time, or just vacationers or whatever it may be, they're out there more than ever. The main problem is more and more RVers. However, there's not any more RV parks. And the RV parks that are up and running aren't really, some of them, but very few, are actually making upgrades and improvements and expansions. However, now, similar to the housing market, more and more corporations are buying up RV parks. That's right. Here in the home industry, in the real estate industry, corporations are buying houses, sight unseen, and usually way beyond asking price. What that does is that forces people that are would-be buyers, even first-time buyers and beyond, they can't buy a house because corporations are going, oh no, so they offered you, you want 200 grand for it? Well, we'll give you 260, and yeah, here it is, cash, boom. So they're forcing would-be buyers to turn into renters. Well, big corporations now, of course, when they see that this RV thing is taking off, money, I told you this before. Someone's going to see the potential and all the money in this, and it's going to get expensive. And that's what's happening. Corporations are buying up RV sites. That's right. What does that mean? That means a whole new business model. Now, what do you mean a whole new business model? Well, here's the deal. We have all these people. They want to get in a campsite. They can't. They call in. They say, hey, you got anything open next month? Nope. What about 6 months from now? Nope. You have to book at least 9 months to a year out. So they say, okay, give me a spot. Happens all the time. You have thousands of hundreds of thousands of millions of people doing this because they want that spot. Whether it be down in the Florida Keys or wherever they want to go, they're booking these things a year in advance. Well, halfway through the year, something comes up. They either cancel or they just half forget about it. They just don't show up. Well, what does this do? This leaves empty spots. Well, sure, the people still got paid, but these are corporations. They want to make extra money. So what do? They double book everything. So if you book it and you don't show up, somebody else is booked and they'll slide right into your spot. Double the money. It's easy. It's simple. I told you. I warned you about this years ago, but nobody wanted to listen. So not only do you have corporations chasing the money, now you have staff that's not qualified to handle this influx of craziness between the booking, the overbooking, the double booking, the cancellations, the juggling spots around, not to mention the outdated equipment. Oftentimes, you have what you see on the website and what you do or think is done on the website is totally different from the information you get when you call up and talk to somebody sitting there at the office.
There was some confusion about our reservation and our site number, and when I questioned it, the guy on the phone just kept saying,
don't worry about it.
My boyfriend called just a little bit ago to tell you guys that we were running late. They said that we were in site 16.
Correct.
In case we got there late. Well, your reservation tells me that I'm in site 28. My reservation email.
Yeah, did you do it online?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're in 16. Don't worry about what that says. Yeah, don't worry about it.
We all know, and I'm not talking bad about them, but we have the camp host. That's right, RVers that run around, and they will be the camp host for a while at some of these places in exchange for a free site. Well now, come on. these people are not qualified for this kind of madness. To handle it before, that's one thing. But with all this new turnover and all the craziness and the stuff you have to know, the staff just isn't qualified anymore. And you, the RVer, are going to be the ones going to feel the repercussions of this, and it's going to be chaotic. Just watch. Well, not only is the staff not equipped and the equipment not equipped, and no longer are the campsites equipped, but you know the prices are going to start going up. Because once these corporate guys get a hold of everything and they can see that they can make money, just like I said before, they're going to do just that. They're going to make money. And it's already started to show with the double bookings. Now, the other thing that's going to happen is this. You're going to see an influx of these RVers who maybe are kind of new and just don't know what they're doing. So they're going to come strolling in, and they're going to be backing in, and they're going to be doing whatever, and they're going to be cleaning this and cleaning that. Hell, you could even be pulling into an RV site where some guy just dumped his black tank right before you and then threw his dump hose right on that picnic table where you and your precious family are going to eat dinner off of. Not to mention the kids running around and doing all kinds of stuff because, hey, these people are new. They don't understand the etiquette of RVing like all you fine folks do. You know, the perfect RVers that are the number one people that are way better off than us people living in sticks and bricks. Well, guess what? Your neighbors are getting worse and worse and worse because people are people. And the more people they are, and the more they're jammed in like sardines, you're going to deal with the wrath of people, period.
Started to make a cup of coffee, and by the time I came back down, I looked out the window and I knew what that dog was fixing to do, guys.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe my eyes. And literally saw the dog lift his leg up and the owner looking at the dog doing this.
Yeah, he knows full on what's happening. He's aware of where the dog is and what the dog is doing and is not doing anything to stop. One morning they had to check out. Well, they weren't paying attention to the time, and so
it's 2 o'clock. The next person pulls in.
Yeah, they passed checkout time, and now it's into check-in time.
Right.
And they're still occupying the spot.
So the family that is having that spot next pulls in at 2 o'clock. They were supposed to be gone 3 hours earlier, right? The kids are all out in the dunes, and there's people off this way and that way, and there's only 3 adults at the site. When they approached the guy and said, please, can you guys get going so we can have our site? The guy that was on the site that was supposed to leave had an attitude. And he was being a little arrogant with those who were trying to check in, right? And the people go and get the manager, and the manager comes over and says, guys, you're supposed to be out of here, you gotta go. Then he starts rushing, right?
Yeah.
As he's rushing, he literally throws the hose in, pulls his black tank, and the pipe flips out of the tank. The poop went over the entire site.
The whole
And I know, you always say it, but you never do it. Well, if I don't like my neighbors, I can just start my rig and I can leave. But you never do. You make a video complaining about your neighbors all the damn time. You never leave. And here's the thing. My neighbor and my sticks and bricks, yeah, I may not be able to pick up and leave if I don't like my neighbor, but he's right there. And that one's right there. I know my neighbors. We can deal with it. We can work it out. And that's it. Your neighbor changes every day. So what are you going to do? Roll that dice. Going to get a good one? You're going to get a bad one. You just never know. And it's going to get worse. With more and more people buying RVs, it's only going to get worse. Because all these dickheads that you say live next to us as sticks and bricks, they're all coming to find you. Now I know what you're saying. Well, we don't need to go to the RV parks. We boondock all the time. Well, just keep an eye out, because every week, at least once a week or twice a month or something like that, we're hearing about more and more boondocking sites closing down. That's right, they're closing down because someone, probably the locals, I know, because the RVers will never do that, but are going in and they're leaving their old busted up RVs and their old couches and refrigerators and trash, and they're throwing it all over the place. They're leaving garbage everywhere. And the staff at those places just isn't enough to police it and patrol it and deal with it. So instead of that, rather than hire more people, they'll just shut the places down. And yeah, trust me, if you go ahead and boondock on there, They might not have staff to upkeep it, but I bet they got enough staff to run around and give your ass a fine. Now, we've already seen the prices of RVs going up and up and up. That's right, they're going up. You can't tell me they don't, because it's nothing to say, hey, see this new Class C? It's $100,000. $100,000 is nothing nowadays. It's like saying $100. So this is $100,000, this is $200,000. It's nothing for anybody to say, hey, this new RV, even a damn Class B. That's right, a van that's all built out with a shower and a toilet in the kitchen. A van is $125,000. I can buy a house in my neighborhood for $125,000 or $200,000. So guess what? Believe it or not, your free, cheap, and easy life, it's going to be no more free, no more cheap than living in sticks and bricks soon, because the way things are going, and I told you years ago, I told you it was going to happen. As soon as somebody said, look, this RV and shit is taking off, we're going to jump on it and we're going to find a way to make money, and they are finding a way to make money. They're shutting down Walmart parking lots. Municipalities are making rules about overnight parking and this and that and the other thing. Boondocking spots are shutting down. Soon, I'm telling you, there's going to be regulations on RVs. There's going to be road taxes, just like on truckers. You're going to have to get a special license and have an endorsement. I'm telling you, it's coming. But first, you got to deal with the RV parks being crowded, double booked, reservations all screwed up, and the prices going up and up and up. And I'm telling you, with the shortage of materials, it doesn't matter. You need your shit fixed, it's going to cost you. So living in an RV or living in a house, it's not going to be a matter of which one's cheaper. It's going to be a matter of which one you want to do more, because living in a house may even be cheaper than living in an RV soon. You don't have to believe me. That's not the point.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.